side?
So I think one of the things that's coming out is that a lot of companies are saying we need insurance to cover cyber risk. And implicit in the insurance is an inherited form from the insurance company that says you need to get all this data from everyone you're associated with, or we're not going to insure you. And so that has spawned a propagation of this because cyber insurance has become a thing. Now, I have my own opinions on cyber insurance, and one of those is that they're starting to become much more aggressive about mandating a certain level of performance out of you, the insured, or they won't cover. And so, that signing on the dotted line tends to mean that you've done all of this third-party vetting, that you've controlled for areas or moved off of people who don't meet that compliance requirement. And it goes even beyond having a SOC 2 Type 2 or something like that. These are getting even deeper than that.
Yeah.
SOC 2 Type 2 is that fundamental, you have controls in place, you exercise those controls, and they're auditable. And that's really what the SOC 2 comes down to. But these questionnaires, like you said, they can be 200 questions deep, and they go into just a whole lot of real specific questions. And we're going to see more and more of that because the insurance companies are tightening their belts. And they're saying, we're not going to cover you unless all these things are actually verified. Not just signed off, but verified. And they want artifacts for those. And those artifacts have to come from your third party that says, because they filled out the form that you sent to them, and they said, yes, I have encryption. Well, validate that. How do you verify that? And what type of encryption? Is it volume encryption on a drive, and so anytime that drive is accessed, it's open and all that data is clear text? Or is it field level encryption, and so only when that field is accessed is that particular data element open? So these are the questions I'm starting to see on these forms.
I can't think of someone who would be more verbose than an insurance company's lawyer. So that just seems like
they're good at it.
The top-notch lawyer
they're going
to throw paper at you like nobody's business.
Yeah. And so that's where I'm seeing a lot of this evolution, is this idea that there's attorneys back there saying, we want to cover our butts as an insurance company, so we're going to do this. And that has a downstream effect. Even companies that aren't necessarily doing it for their cyber insurance, they're doing it now because they're seeing these forms and saying, well, that's a good idea.